What's going on, guys? In today's video, I'm sitting down with Peter from E-commerce Empire Builders, and we're going to be talking about how you can use video to sell anything online. First, Peter, introduce yourself, and let's go back and forth, my man. Let's talk about a couple of these things.
Well, firstly, Jack, thanks for having me on here. I'm hoping I can provide everybody as much value as I can, especially for you guys that are doing like video editing and you're trying to monetize what you love to do. So thank you for taking some time out to have me on here to share some value with everybody.
It's good to have you on, my man, and we're all excited to learn. This is an interesting combination. Haven't had anybody from the e-commerce world on yet, and it's been more obviously people who are closer to my side, the video creator side, but very interested to create this content here, my man. Let's get into it. So how can people use video to sell anything on both sides?
So one of the biggest driving factors for e-commerce, business owners, I'm an e-commerce business owner myself, is we are not necessarily creative people, right? Like we have this product and like, for example, let's say I'm selling like sunglasses or something like that, right? And there's so many companies that sell, sunglasses, right? There's tons of different competitors that you have that you're trying to compete.
Of course.
And a lot of us, and I know this because I have a lot of students that I, train, is like they'll just throw a random video together, or they'll throw a random like image of the product, put it onto their website, and think that that's appealing enough for somebody to buy from them. And it's like so false. And I think one of the best opportunities right now, especially when you're using video ads or for video advertisements, videos for your actual web pages, is that it boosts the perceived value of the product. You can make a product that is like super boring. Like, so my success in e-commerce came from fishing lures, right? So I sold I did 7 figures, well and over 7 figures selling fishing supplies in my e-commerce businesses. And one of our driving factors is like always thinking about like, how can we differentiate ourselves from our competitors? How can we, when somebody's scrolling through Facebook or Instagram or lands on our website, like how can we make them like stop for a second, right? I call that like a scroll stopper, right? And then like show a ridiculous amount of high perceived value, right? And you can do that with like literally, like I did this with super mundane products and I wasn't even creative. Like I literally would just go out like in my backyard and just like shoot the, the product like in just like a nice high perceived value way. For sure. However, like that was a few years back now. And I think the times are changing where there's more people getting into video ads, but I think a lot of people are doing them completely wrong. So I want to talk about the different kind of types. And I think this is really important because there's different kinds of types of video ads. It's not like you're just going to be able to create one and it works for you forever.
Expand on that. So what, in your opinion, are the different types of are the different types of product ads you can do?
Yeah, so there's a few. Well, there's a ton, but I'll talk about my favorite ones, and this is where I think like you guys like can help a lot, right? So we as the business owners, we collect the assets, right? We collect like little images of our product. We collect little clips of our product being used, and then we basically send it to you, and you just make it cool sound with audio and all that cool stuff, right?
Promo video, essentially. That's probably what you categorize a promo video. Just take a bunch of assets from you guys, whether it be a voiceover. You guys could send me a commentator you've employed to obviously sit down and talk about your product. Personally, that's been kind of the side I've jumped in, is people have hired me to be like a commentator for their brand and basically talk about their product and stuff like that. And that's kind of one side to it as well.
Yeah, and it's funny because like a lot of e-commerce, business owners, I know this, and like this is a good selling point for you guys. Like if you're ever going and pitching your services, is like we are like business owners. We're e-commerce business owners. We should not be making the video ad. We're not creative enough. Like we don't have the time to like like you have so much experience creating them. Like you could probably create a video ad in an hour. A better video ad that I create in an hour than it would take me days.
Of course.
Right, because you have the experience. So like use that as a selling point, right? You're the CEO. Like you're not supposed to be doing this, right? Like you should be figuring out like the marketing and how to sell it, right? Let me help you with the actually creating like an asset that's going to bring you more sales. So
very interesting.
As for gaining the assets to create different kinds of types, because there's promotional stuff like that, but some of my favorite ones are like influencers. So one of our biggest driving factors to make sales or to even just drive traffic to our businesses' websites is utilizing influeers. I'm not sure. Do you ever see the documentary, The Fire Fire documentary?
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. That entire festival, there was no festival. There was just marketing. Like there was no festival existed. There was nothing.
And even though it was a scam, it was all that stuff, and I encourage you guys, be ethical, don't scam people.
Yeah,
but there's so much to learn from there.
Oh no, 100%. Just the influencer side, they killed it. That was the greatest example of how much power social media holds. And even relating to you saying about the stopping, you want to stop them scrolling. They did a phenomenal job with the orange tile or whatever it was for getting everybody to stop. Just psychology wise, and also the influencers they reached out to. That campaign was phenomenal. And honestly, it would have been a huge festival if just the product was as good as the marketing.
I know. I watched the Hulu one and the Netflix documentary. I encourage you to check it out. It's really good.
Exactly, 100%.
And the thing is, like, that shows you the power of the influencer, right? Yep, and those are influencers. They were monsters, right? Those are big influencers.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
No. Of course, yeah. Keep going.
So those influencers were like huge, million person. Like I don't encourage like my students to ever go reach out to people that are million followers, because you don't need it. Like you can go to an influencer that has 10,000 followers, like on Instagram, or 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, and have a very easier way in with them. Right? You could just basically be like, hey, you know what? I'll send you our product for free. You could check out the quality, see if you like it. If you like it, maybe we could work out a promotional deal, right? Just being a human. Like this is like something people in e-commerce just forget. They forget that business is relationships, and they're just like, I'll give you $100 for a promotion. Like they just forget that, business is a relationship. So once we get over that hurdle and we start figuring out, hey, who are these micro influencers that we can work with to get some assets? That's the whole goal. Like they'll drive us traffic and sales, but like what I tell my students is like, even if it doesn't drive traffic and sales, you're creating assets, right? You're getting high quality images of your product in use, right? You're getting 100%, videos 100%. Of your product. And then what we like to do is, after we get like 3 or 4 influencers, is getting some of those clips, right? Some of those images, mashing them together into an influencer, not even an influencer, because these people aren't necessarily like big influencers, people don't know them, but more into a product in use video. And you like a demo. I don't know, have you heard of what's that like big teeth whitening company right now? It's like High Smile or something like that. They basically like put something in your mouth and they whiten it. Huge company basically did this exact same strategy, and that's how they blew up. So
those teeth whitener type of things, like not brushing your teeth, those kind of teeth whitener shit that you put in your mouth. Yeah. Oh no. Of course. Basically anything. You could take it to Fashion Nova, entirely built off of influencer campaigns and everything like that. The influencer marketing, that has only been coined as a phrase within the past few years. That alone shows how big that area is getting.
It's amazing. And I'm like, just a little side note. It's amazing to see what is going to come of this. Like, because like everybody is essentially like an influencer. Like you can be like, you're an influencer. Like I'm not really an influencer. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, it's like personal branding. You know what I'm saying? Like you can really, it's so cool. I think it's so cool. Like the age we live in, it's like it's incredible where literally like, it's so awesome. But basically when we create those assets for our businesses, getting some influencer testimonials and stuff like that, that's where it's like, okay, now we have the assets. Let's go find somebody to make this look super cool, right? Basically, and I love using fire, but like, look at that promotional video that made. Like, there's so much emotion in that. It's like, it doesn't even, this is what somebody doesn't realize, is that in e-commerce, and this is also like something that you guys can like write down in your pitch, is like, e-commerce business owners are really bad at selling the payoff, right? They're so bad at selling the result that a product gets to them. That's what we do. Marketing is selling a result to somebody. It's not selling features, benefit, like all those things, like those nitty-gritty details. Nobody cares.
Selling the feeling. What do you feel when you watch this? Do you think it's cool? Do you like it? Are you attracted to it? Of course, selling a feeling. And it's getting them emotionally invested in the product.
That's all it is. That's all it is. It doesn't matter what you sell. It could be e-commerce. It could be, selling yourself to go on a date with a girl, whatever it is, right? Like that's the business that we're in. It's how does that person feel? Like look at the fire one, right? It doesn't even make any sense. It's basically just like boats and water, right? It doesn't even talk about like
boats, water, models, couple pigs, exactly.
Exactly. So it doesn't even make any sense. But guess what? Like they made a ridiculous amount of money, right? Whatever. Besides the point, still learn from it. So that's the thing that they need your help with, like us e-commerce business owners, we need your help with, is like, how do we highlight this product, make that feeling really come out, right? So when people are scrolling through Facebook, Instagram, or wherever, right, they're like, whoa, like this product's super high perceived value, like nobody's ever done this before, and that's what gets them emotionally invested, and that's what gets them to buy. Those are one of my favorite sort of ads, because you can do that with the influencer assets, because they already shoot good content. So usually you can transition it to a nice kind of style.
Of course.
Ad like
that.
Yeah.
And you repurpose that content just for the ad. That's very interesting. So thinking of that, such a big space, right? It's such a big space, the e-commerce space. What's like the easiest? Okay, so I've got a bunch of different type of freelancers on my page, right? I got ones who are just getting into the game, ones that are kind of more seasoned, they've been in the game for a while. E-commerce is such a booming industry right now, arguably the biggest industry on the internet. What would you say is a job that kind of an entry-level freelancer can kind of tap into in the e-commerce business that is based around video production?
So you mean as far as services, or yes, as far as creating their own e-commerce stores? No.
Coming into the e-commerce business from the video production perspective, if you're a kind of a newer freelancer, what's kind of a way to get to
easy
e-commerce space?
So if I'm going to sell service, and this is what I have a service, I have my coaching businesses, right?
Totally.
We have our clients that we build businesses for.
Totally.
If you're brand new, and you want clients and you want a ridiculous amount of clients, I'm going to tell you exactly what to do right now. Because if I had the time, like I would go hire video people, put them on my team, and make them go do this.
100%.
Obviously, you probably know this. You need like a portfolio of some stuff you did, right? Just go do some stuff for free.
Something that shows you can do the job. Something that someone is going to believe in you. It goes back to the Facebook ad. You have to make them believe in this and feel an emotion, even from the client perspective.
Yep. So all you have to do is go and create some of these videos. Create and we only talked about an influencer video. There's easier ones to do. There's like unboxing videos, product and usage. It doesn't have to be all complex like an influencer one. There's a ton. We can still go over some of them. But what I would do is get your portfolio together. Together, a nice page. You could do, I personally use ClickFunnels, but whatever you want to use, it doesn't matter, whatever your website is. And I put a short, 10-minute video together showing why video is so important to e-commerce sellers. Right? Basically take what we're talking about here today and put it in your own terms and shoot a little 10, 15, 20-minute video just introducing who you are, being a normal human being, and not trying to be sleazy, and just saying, hey, do you know, like, these are the reasons. Hey, here are some of the results. Here's, we A/B split tested, an image versus this video, and our client got this, right? You got to go do some work for free. I recommend you do it. Don't go charge somebody a bunch of money if you've never helped anybody. So go help 5 people for free. Go inside a Shopify drop shipping e-commerce Facebook groups. Go in there and be like, hey guys, I'm looking for 5 clients. I'm going to make you a video ad completely for free. All I ask for in exchange for that is a testimonial if it works. That's it.
Cool.
Go into a Facebook group. I mean, these people are hungry. I'm telling you, I'm in these groups myself. You just have to go in there and just don't pitch because you don't want to get banned, but just say, hey, I'm just doing this completely for free. I'm not trying to get anything out of this.
Offer your services. You'll be the only one doing it. So someone will take you up on it.
Instantly. Oh my God, your messenger will be
instantly. They will be praising you. You'll have people competing to be the person that does the free work. So
here's one secret though. Here's one secret. So always, and I learned this from, he's not a direct mentor of mine, but I learned so much from him. He's probably the god of marketing. His name's Dan Kennedy. And he always said, when you're doing this kind of service-based business, go for the easy wins, right? Don't come, some random guy hits you up when you do this pitch and he's like just started his store and he's not driving traffic and he's not making sales. No, don't do it for him. Find the person that's going to reach out to you that's already making a little bit of money. He already has some traffic going to his store and be like, okay, let me see how I can make it better.
And
right?
That's setting yourself
up. Got the winner.
Exactly, and that's setting yourself up for repeat business. Joining in with something that's not really generating anything, that hasn't built any momentum. Yeah, you might get one project and you might overcharge for that project and it might be a cool cool situation, but there's going to be no repeat business. And I always encourage my subscribers, the nature of the freelance game is very unpredictable. So I'm always encouraging them to target recurring clients so that they can have an income that they can rely on every month. Not, you know, I made a few thousand this month, but I only hit $900 this month. You know what I mean? Like that's not an income that can consistently pay your rent. So I think tapping into people who want recurring jobs, and e-commerce is an amazing spot because you yourself, you don't just need one ad. You know, how many ads have you created for your different products? Not just one.
Oh, you need them. Always
Exactly.
you need ads. But let me go back to this point because I want to
for sure.
Everybody.
Yeah.
So once you have some results for people, again, this might take you a month or two, but again, it should be fun for you. You like doing this, right? So once you have some testimonials and reviews of some stats, you put that into your like little 10, 15-minute video where you introduce yourself. You talk about what your results are. You show why video ads are important. You show the results of what you just said, right? And then you just say, hey, you know what? If you're interested in working with me one-on-one, so for me to build you your video ads, you can click down below. You could schedule a free call with us, and we're gonna see if we're a good fit for each other. That's it. Dude, run ads to something like that, targeting, Shopify or e-commerce or whatever, right? You might not, I don't know if you guys necessarily know how to run Facebook ads, but it's not that difficult. Go learn, and you can run Facebook ads to this specific value video. And I'm telling you, you're going to crush it because not many people are doing this, right? And you're pitching services, something that's going to actually help them and increase that revenue. So that would be the whole strategy I would do to land like my first paying client.
That's awesome. And you touched on something that I've been talking about so much on my channel, which is the video intro. So a lot of people in the, video editing, videography kind of space, especially remote on the internet, they are definitely more a kind of behind the keyboard, behind the camera kind of person. I think if you can create some sort of intro video that familiarizes your potential client instantly with who you are, what you're talking about, like a video of you sitting down and talking to the camera, walking your audience through, that in itself is selling yourself through video, and it's going to be so much more effective. When I switched over from a standard portfolio and normal show reel, so normally as a videographer or a video editor, you're applying to a job. All right, hey, here's my portfolio. Here's the the 20 projects that I got on there that you could see. I switched it up. I do a 2-minute show reel, which is me sitting down and I say, hey, how's it going, guys? It's Jack, and if I sent you this link, I clearly want to work with you. I produce, weekly content on YouTube. I do this, I do that, and just actually talk through what you are, what you do, who you are, what you can offer, how they are going to benefit, and then edit on visual representation to support your points. And that has been, I've seen an instant 10x increase in the amount of clients I bring in since I switched to a 2-minute video intro, which is me pitching myself to the client, opposed to sending them, a proposal full of text and then a portfolio link or something like that.
Yeah, no one's gonna read that.
No one cares, and they've got 20 others as well. Like, they're not reading them all.
And the thing is, like, I get so many of that, like in my inbox, like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to differentiate yourself, right? And honestly, like, it's funny, like I've had just like from our own business, like people asking me to be on like interviews for their podcasts and stuff like that, or like be like, just work for us. Honestly, the only ones I ever respond to, literally, they'll shoot like a video, like say it's a client that you really want to get or whatever. They shoot a personalized like 30, 40-second video and send it to my messenger, right? And then I see it on Messenger. I'm like, sent video, and I'm like, sent video, right? And I'll actually I never go in my Messenger. I never respond to messages because there's so much spam in there. But when I see video, I'm like, what is in there? Right?
It's quick. You're invested in it. You kind of want to see more. You're intrigued. A big fat bit of text, like, You might want to read it just to laugh of like, I'm not responding to this shit right here, man. This is too much. Like, this is it's too crazy. So it's an instant kind of cheat code, obviously, even coming from the perspective of not even just the commerce person trying to sell products with video, but the freelancer trying to sell themselves with video.
No, absolutely. You have to differentiate yourself. Right? And I think there is enough differentiation even in this market right now where there's enough people that need help, right? Like, e-commerce, right? Like, anybody out there that wants to start an e-commerce business, like, do it. Like, it's so booming. Like, nobody's buying stuff in stores.
No,
right?
hell no.
No one is buying stuff in stores anymore. I mean, so there's so many new sellers coming into this market, and it's great and all. And it's like my mission to help them because they don't know what they're doing, right? People think like they'll just go have a website and they think they have a business, right?
Yeah, of course.
But the thing is, like, we can't do everything ourselves. E-commerce business owners, like, think about it. We have to create our, our websites. We have to run advertising. We have to do customer service. We have to do order fulfillment. We need to do research for products. And then we have to also do video and images. Like, when you can come in there and think about it, guys, it's exactly like I just said with the video, right? The video is supposed to sell the result, right? Right? You're just taking it. You're taking that and doing the same thing to the e-commerce business owner. You're going into them and you're saying, hey, I'm going to get you that result, right? You're doing the same exact thing. You're not, don't sell, like, when you go to these people, don't sell like, oh, I edit it like this and all this process and stuff. No, be like, hey, this is the result that you're going to get when you start using my video ads or my videos that we're highlighting your product.
Go straight to what they have to gain out of this situation. What is the incentive for them to enter into this partnership, essentially?
Sell the payoff always. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. You always sell the payoff, not the process, right? Like, so important. Like, in sales, like, that's the most important thing that why a lot of people don't make a lot of money to begin with, is because they don't understand that, right? People are good at marketing, right? Marketing is, attracting clients, right?
Yeah,
But you don't know how to sell them, right? There's, like, even this value bit I tell you, and you get on the phone with them and you're like talking all this crazy stuff. No, like, you when you're on the phone with them, right? And I recommend you do like a Zoom call like this, where you're face to face with each other, because it's more like real.
Yeah, of course.
Don't talk about like all like the nitty gritty details. Like, sell them what the result is going to be after they start using video ads in their business, right? And you should have the data to back that up.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Because that's where, especially on the video editing side, I think people coming into it from the freelancer side might be, trying to overcompensate by really explaining that process thoroughly, because they understand it. They understand it, and if they were interviewing another creative from a creative's point of view, they would want to know about the process, because that's what they're in tune with. So I think people tune into that maybe a little bit too much.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I kind of want to hit on some different video ads that work really well, because
that's very interesting that you took it there, because I was about to as well. Continue.
Yeah, we have to go full circle here, right?
No, 100%. The most value provided is obviously what we're trying to do.
Because, like, for example, like, if you go, like, we only really talked about the influencer stuff, but again, that does take a little bit of time on the business owner's part to reach out to those influencers.
Yeah.
But there's like easy wins that you can actually help them with. Like, if you go to them and you're like, okay, do you have like influencer? Do you have any assets and stuff? You can also like sell additional services and say, hey, I'll make you those assets. And here's the thing, you can, like, if they send you your product, or if they give you like a few samples of their product, you can go to like websites like Upwork or Fiverr, right? Or wherever. And there's like models on this website that is their job, right? That is their job, to go and highlight a product. They already know how to do it. They can get you like a very nice, appealing clip of that product in use, right? That's literally, sell that as a service, right? You
that's
can
literally the exact,
$50.
No, 100%. And that is that's the side I've had almost the most experience in terms of the freelance side and connected to the e-commerce. Is like me, I'm a YouTuber, super confident in front of the camera, love it. This is clearly my element. And different Amazon FBA sellers have hired me as a talking head, essentially. And I would encourage a lot of freelancers who maybe have a little bit more of an outgoing side to them to target this sort of stuff, because even higher paid than just a standard edit for product video, whatever the case may be, hiring an on-screen talent, somebody just to represent your brand like that and be almost like a talking head to either demonstrate it via a first-person shot of them opening up the product. I've had travel wallets sent to me. I had to put different passports in there, make different B-roll like that. I think that's a whole aspect to it as well. So,
Yeah, the thing is, like, when you add a face to the video,
personalized. It's personalized.
Don't get me wrong, video ads where it's like, oh, it's showing the product in use and unboxing with some hands, that works. That could be something. See, the thing is, you have a lot of different ads that you can do. You have so much creative that you could do, and they can split test across their ads and see what works.
There's no set type. Yeah, there's no set type. In fact, depending on their budgets, they might want to try out 3 different versions, and then they go and they try all of those sort of different things. I know with the Amazon FBA seller that I was doing, we created multiple renditions of the same thing, just saying it different, and they were all pretty much 1 minute, and they were basically just multiple renditions of the same exact advert, and then they took those and they ran different Facebook ads, and they saw which worked and which didn't. So just tapping in with someone who has a healthy budget to create multiple versions is could be very,
And here's like one little hack with Facebook that if you're working with somebody, this is a really good one. So there's, you know how you ever, I mean, you're obviously on Facebook, but like when you're scrolling and you ever see like a video ad and there's like something that happens like a second in, but then you can never see it again. It's like that first second of the video.
Yeah.
So, but then if you rewind the video, it's not there. Basically, that's the thumbnail basically of the video. Yeah. Right? Of the video that Facebook, auto plays.
Yeah.
On the same exact ad. Say you have like an unboxing video, an influencer video, whatever video that you created. That same video can be repurposed again, but we'll just change the thumbnail of it, right? I've seen that work where it's a different, we call that a scroll stopper. Like what's that scroll stopper, that first second, that thumbnail of the video, it's going to get somebody to stop and then they watch it, right? Other good videos that work really well with that style are like explainer videos and those kind of things. It depends on the product that your customer's selling. Like if they're just selling like some things that are easy to explain, you can highlight them. But some products you might, like if you're like into health and fitness and those kind of spaces, like you might need to, explain it a little bit more where that can come into play. One more good one, really good one that people can use or that you can make videos for is if you're working with a business owner that already has, let's say 100 customers, which is like nothing, you should definitely work with people that at least have had 100 sales in their business.
Yeah, definitely. As a starting point, pretty much.
Yes, yeah. I mean, that's like nothing. But
obviously,
at least shows that they're kind of serious. But you can ask them, hey, send out an email to your list, right? Your email list or whatever. And ask them, hey, can you shoot like a quick little review video of our product or an unboxing video, and then mash up a customer testimonial video, which can then be used as an ad, which is super powerful, especially when you're like retargeting people that have visited your website but didn't buy, right? Because now they see, oh, there's other human beings actually using this product and getting the result by using this product. Maybe I'll come and check this business out again, right? Super powerful video. There's like
suffocating excuses. That is, isn't it? Suffocating excuses because they came to the site the first time. They thought it looks cool, but I don't know, and then you suffocated their excuse on that second time with the customer testimonial.
No, exactly. And one other one is like, well, there's a few other ones, but there's like the gimmicky style that you guys have seen where you have like basically like, I forget exactly what it's called. I call it like meme style because there's like a top bar and a bottom bar.
That's exactly what I call it as well. It's just
is it like meme style?
I call it meme border.
And those work good in the beginning, especially if it's like a gimmicky sort of product where you could just like show it in use, how you like speed it up and, just like really showing the result. There's one more that's really, really good. Again, it's going to be the before and after, right? So it's basically the way I look at this is problem solution before and after, right?
Yeah.
The first like 3-4 seconds of the video, you should immediately liken the situation to what that person is currently in, right? So let's say they've got, really green teeth, right? Show really green teeth, show a terrible smile, show all that stuff, and then solution. Oh, there's black charcoal toothpaste. You've seen that, right? And then you show how like white their teeth are immediately following that. So I love doing that, like problem, right? Because then they're like, oh, that is me. Like they could see themselves like with that problem, and then be like, okay, well, what's the solution, right? And then in their head, subconscious, they're shown the solution, and then they're shown interest, right? There's multiple video assets because think about it. Let's say you put an ad together like this, right? Where you have this problem solution and they're driving traffic to it. People go, right? They click on it. They're going to this customer's website. All right, that's fantastic. But there's people that are going there and they're not buying, and that's when the person you're working with can set up a retargeting ad, or you tell them and be like, okay, well, guess what? They might not necessarily believe everything that we said, so let's show them now our customer video, right? Let's show them our customers actually getting that result too, which is now going to put them over the edge, right? And you could tell this stuff, like, even though you're not necessarily like a Facebook ads pro, but you can tell them like this video is going to work better for a for a retargeting ad to people that have already know, like, and trust you a little bit, right? This ad will work better for somebody that's never even heard of you before.
So going into the e-commerce kind of video production game with a little bit of knowledge yourself, that you can maybe be guiding some people.
No, yeah, absolutely.
For 100%. What's the most effective? So there's loads of different types. We got, loads of different renditions of the same thing, basically. So like, the talking head one where you got a character on there. You've got the first person with the hands showing through the product. You got the before, the after. In your experience, what's the most effective type of ad?
So it depends on, and I hate saying that, it depends, but like,
Sure, it depends. I was kind of expecting that. It's always kind of a version like that.
but if I had to pick a before and after, right? Before and after, right? Because you can mash, believe it or not, with a before and after, you can mash everything we just talked into, like influencers. You can put in all those things into a before and after.
Yeah. Okay. And
as like that front-facing ad, right? Because there's like traffic that is like cold traffic, right? People that never heard of you before. So you have to somehow like hook them, right? Like how do we hook them out of a Facebook, feed or an Instagram feed, get them over to our website and then remarket to them. But that before and after, usually if it's like super emotional, really, really digs in on that pain, that problem that they're facing, right? And then showing a solution, usually you're going to get a good amount of, you're going to get good buyers off of that. And then you also picking up the people that didn't buy.
Very interesting. Okay, so in terms of my video editors out there trying to target stuff, if you guys were trying to target something, perhaps it could be those before and afters. Maybe getting yourself a couple before and after examples and then going out there and actually targeting e-commerce builders. We mentioned Upwork a second ago. Upwork has been, in my opinion, I think it is the #1 freelancer marketplace on the whole internet. And I think whether you're coming at it from the perspective of a person trying to hire or a freelancer, I think, the freelancer is trying to get hired. I would go to Upwork and I would type in e-commerce video editing. I would type that in as a phrase to you guys watching this, and I would start applying because e-commerce is a massive trend over there on Upwork. There's countless jobs. That's where I've gotten all my Amazon FBA stuff, my Facebook ad type of stuff, the various different clients that I've worked with. Upwork has been a kind of powerful place to bring in work. Now for you, if you were going to hire a video editor, where would you go to hire them? Like, so for me, it will be Upwork, but for you, you want to hire a video person, where would you go to hire them? So maybe we could see into the mind of, e-commerce guy who's literally going to hire someone. You've hired video editors before, excuse me.
Yeah. So I always like references are always good, right? Like that would be the first, obviously. Yep. But I like to use Upwork, obviously, and then there's this other one that I really love. It's a fairly newer. It's been around for a few years now, but I've been using it a lot, and maybe you guys can be on this platform as well. It's called FreeUp, FREEE up.com.
Interesting. Very interesting. So they sponsored a video on my channel about 8 months ago or something like that. Yeah, FreeUp. And honestly, I haven't had much interaction with them since, other than kind of using their site a couple times. But
I love their site, man. They're awesome because everybody on there is pre-vetted with the qualifications they say they have.
Of course, yeah, that was the aspect.
Because you might get like tire kickers. They just basically copy and paste stuff. Like you can't do that on FreeUp.
Yeah. It has to be approved people. I remember the whole thing now. Yeah, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more officially kind of stamped people. They've got the stamp of approval. Mm-hmm. The site says these people are not going to mess you around, because of course that right there is the other aspect of Upwork is, it's pretty easy to hire people. Obviously, tens of thousands of people join every single day. But exactly like you said, I think that's a great way to put it. You do have a lot of kind of half-hearted people, to say the least.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. But even then, like, I would even, guys, like if you're trying to get this, like a client or whatever, like also try and be active, trying to get active clients. Cause there's like the passive method, in my opinion, is like Upwork and stuff like that, right? You might land a couple clients like that, but if you like go out there and like actively try and get clients yourself, like using the Facebook group strategy, trying to get some clients that way, creating a little simple page where you just have a little video explaining what you do, the importance of video ads, the results, and all these things, and actively getting
aggressive
people, right? Yeah, you have to. You can't just sit there, because believe it or not, like a lot of people on Upwork, unfortunately, they're just going to be like, you're going to get a lot of people that are just competing on price.
Oh yeah, 100%. And there gets to be a certain point where a lot of people are competing on price, and then you have to find some way to make yourself stand out. Which can, going back to the video intro, just a short video of you sitting down and kind of pitching yourself, encapsulating like this perfect pitch on camera. And using that.
And there's other things that I would say is like offer different services as well, right, to your package, right? Because like, for example, like say you have some connections already in the industry and stuff like that, like with like different influencers, maybe some models or whatnot. You're hey, we can also create you these assets, right? You don't have to go and reach out to these influencers. I already know them. I'm going to just send us a few of your products, or send your product to these addresses, and then they'll create the assets that I need to create you a really good, compelling video ad. right? And that could be an upsell, right? Plus you're creating video, or you know, you have to kind of think outside the box. You can also do like photography of the product if you can. Like a lot of these guys don't even, you know, just taking a basic picture of a product, you know, putting it into your videos, into the clips of the video as well, right?
So be multifaceted. Adding different angles as well. Maybe not just going in and just being like, hey, I will just create this Facebook ad for you. You know, I'll make this Facebook ad, but I'll also make the thumbnail for it. And I'll also, you know, redesign you a new banner for your Facebook page, whatever the case may be. Because I think a lot of people in the freelance space could be multimedia kind of people. They might be also good at making graphics. You know, I speak for myself when I say I'm not only good at video editing, I'm good at making graphics. I'm good at, you know, animation. So that's a great point. Honestly, that's a really good point.
No, yeah, absolutely, man. And that's the thing. You just have to think outside the box. Go look at what current people are selling, what kind of how their services are structured, and to just like, you know, put your own little twist on it. No,
I love that, for real. And it's such a big, both are such big businesses, such big industries. The e-commerce business, the freelance business, especially the remote freelance business on the internet, arguably bigger than the in real life freelancer business, to be honest. Honestly, that's pretty much hit it on most aspects for me, my man. Is there anything you can think of that you want to kind of wrap up that you want people to know? Overall, I think we did great there. You did phenomenal, my man. Talk about Free Up. I completely forgotten about Free Up. I'm always trying to showcase different avenues, if you will, different funnels for people to come get work. I'm constantly talking about Upwork, obviously being that it's such a good place to start. You know what I mean? Like, you know, there's just so many jobs going on and everything like that. But honestly, you smashed it, my man.
Thanks, dude. I hope, like, the thing is, like, guys, like just like parting words here is like, we talked about a lot of cool things. Like you can go and make a lot of money with this. I'm telling you, like if I was hit with like an ad right now, and I've never honestly seen an ad, somebody saying, oh, I make video ads for e-commerce. I can't guarantee, obviously, but like I can almost guarantee that you're going to get a lot of leads that way from people that need your help. This is a problem. I'm telling you, this is a problem that e-commerce people are looking for a solution for. Right. And there's so much opportunity. I mean, it's $1 trillion industry. There's more and more sellers coming into it. But the thing is, like, you can listen to this. You can listen to this multiple times. I recommend you do. But like you just listening to it isn't going to do anything for you, right? Like you gotta
actually apply the stuff. Exactly.
Yeah, like that's a lot of, I see this a lot on YouTube, especially in the e-commerce space, especially on my channels. Like it's just like people listen to stuff and think that they're like working, right? Or doing.
They feel motivated when they listen. They feel motivated. Oh yeah, wow, that's a good point.
Like I'm telling you, like stop consuming and just start doing. Right? Let me leave you with those words.
Yes. I absolutely love that. Absolutely love that, my man. Peter, it was great having you on, my man. Very cool, different conversation. Like I said, have not had anybody from the e-commerce space on my channel before. And honestly, I'm looking at the camera right now to you guys. I hope you honestly enjoyed this. And Peter, all your stuff is going to be linked down below in this video. So tell people where to find you, my man.
So you guys can either go to ecommerceempirebuilders.com or peterpru.com, peterpru.com. They both lead to the same exact place. But man, thank you for having me on. If anybody has any questions, I'll make sure when this video is posted, I'll check the comments and answer any and help you guys out in any way I still can.
100%, my man. Great having you on. Everybody, stuff linked down below for Peter if you want to check him out. Hope you got as much value as possible out of this one. Take it easy.